We're still down at the iTunes Festival where we're going to be covering 61 artists over 31 nights on one venue, and we're going to be putting the best of the fest on myspace.com/iTunes Festival. I'm joined now by The National. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
you guys
you.
are playing tonight, aren't you?
We are. Yes, and I'm Matt, this is Scott, and there are a bunch of other guys also in the band. So it's not the whole band, but anyway, yeah, we're happy to be here.
You nervous at all?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
No?
You sure? You look nervous.
That's true. I am a little nervous. No, it should be fun.
So, in your band, there's two sets of brothers, is that right?
That's correct.
Correct.
And
What's it like?
I'm not one of them.
Oh.
Oh,
Was it like
outcast.
touring with a bunch of siblings then, is it?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, they're very different from each other, the two sets. And they balance each other out in an interesting way. And yeah, I mean, I don't find myself necessarily, in between any conflicts or anything between. But I'm usually the source of most of the conflicts.
Really?
So, yeah, it's not there's stereotypical brothers in bands stories.
This is going to be going out on MySpace. There's going to be a lot of bands watching, up-and-coming musicians. Is there any advice that you could dish out? Anything that you've learned from being in a band? Anything you want to share?
Plan your tours well, and be. I think we toured a lot before we had any fans anywhere. So we played a lot of empty rooms and it's character building, but it also is soul crushing.
Yeah.
So character up, soul down.
I think we never followed I think a lot of bands have done a good job of doing sort of concentric touring where they sort of start in their home base or whatever and kind of work outwards from there. So if you're in England, in London or something, you kind of go, out and around, or if you're in the States and you're like in New York and you do the Northeast or something like that, and then sort of build it that way. That's a smart way to do it. We kind of just went everywhere all the time, and so as Matt refers to this sort of, empty shows and that kind of thing. I think it's also a combination of like, do you have a record? Is it distributed? Have people heard of it? Because like now it's a lot different than when we started, which was like 10 years ago. So I think now there's a lot more opportunity for bands to sort of get your music out there on MySpace, on like iTunes, on any sort of like, online, on websites, your own websites especially. And it's just like, I think that's the best way, is to get people to hear the music, and then you can sort of more successfully tour.
The record is really all that matters. It's like work on your record and work on it long and hard, and don't try to chase any kind of current style or anything. You try because
Or do, and you'll be a lot more successful.
well, actually, maybe you should. Maybe you should take all do the opposite of whatever we say.
So I don't know if you guys have seen any of the other acts that are playing the festival. If there's anybody from the lineup that's going on over the month that you would collaborate with, or any dream collaborations.
I love the XX, and yeah, I think they're tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah. If you want to catch tonight's show and you didn't make it down, then you can see it on myspace.com/iTunes Festival. And if you want to see more of The National, or listen to their music, or check out their blogs or their videos, what's your URL for MySpace?
It is AmericanMary.com.
No, that's not true.
What?
It's myspace.com/The National. No spaces, all lowercase.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, yeah, sorry.